She's older, right? She should start. Hello from Sip and Tip. I'm MJ,
And I'm Zane.
and today we are going to talk about.
Pride.
Hey, y'all!
Crazy.
You know we had to make a debut.
Mess.
But no, let's talk about the acceptance of. So, as you all know, I'm part of the Rainbow family. My sister is not, but she loves me just the same. And so, really, it's kind of a new, well, not really new. It's a new form or a different way of going through puberty when you're coming out, because you have to relearn your whole thing. You sit in the world differently. You present differently. It's just different. You're not tied to those social restraints that everybody puts on you. You know, it's different. It's different. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't know what to think. And that's my honest opinion. Growing up, I was very naive to the sexuality. I was oblivious. Probably to the point of fear. I mean, I can't say.
Very valid.
Yeah, just fear. Um, and growing up in a sexually abusive situation, it's hard to even fathom sex, period, for me. So when I see other people going through their sexuality and experiencing things, to me it was a problem. I honestly felt like, I just felt like sex was frivolous and people needed to close their legs. Sorry, just is what it is.
And so again, I think this points out a valid point where in some people's minds, sex and sexuality are the same thing.
Right.
But they're not.
Exactly.
They're not. Sex is the act of doing something.
Right.
Sexuality is who you are or
Attracted
what
to
you
right.
decide is attractive to you. And so for me, my sexuality does not necessarily have a strong hold on my sex or what I do in that realm. And so with my sexuality, I classify in terms of labels, which I don't really like labels, but in terms of labels, I'm a lesbian. But on some levels, on an intellectual, on an emotional level, I can be attracted to males. But that's the difference between sexuality and sex.
Right. Growing up, I get that.
Yeah.
But growing up, I wasn't understanding of any of that. I used to always throw things at a different sibling and basically say to her, like, if you kept your legs closed, maybe you would be a better mom, or you'd do this. But she internalized that, and she would use derogatory words and say that I said them. Those words, after hearing them so often, I would turn around and use them. Because now I understand why you're saying them, so now I know where to place them. So I did. But I have to apologize for that. And that's only because I didn't know anything about sexuality back then.
Yeah.
I was a very closed off individual in my 20s. I honestly had no clue. It was not something that I educated myself on. I literally closed myself off. And there are plenty of people out there that probably have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that today, knowing as much as we do now about sexuality, and that it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with sex itself,
Right.
that perhaps we need to learn acceptance. Because I have learned a lot through watching and just paying close attention to my loved ones and knowing that it's their heart. You love who you want to love, and it's okay. You know, you're not hurting anyone. You're not forcing yourself on anyone. Be you.
Right.
Be happy.
And honestly, that's all we're asking for, is to be happy and to be accepted for who we are.
Right.
we're not looking to change anybody. Like, people change on their own. No one's gonna change for someone else unless they want to. And there, that goes with homosexual or heterosexual items. There's people of, different beliefs and different backgrounds that will try and persuade people because they have an interest in them. And even with that, you're not running around saying, "Oh, you're gonna make people be heterosexual." No, because that's the norm.
Right.
But for us, we're just really trying to figure out how to walk in life and not be chastised or discriminated against because we're doing something that we believe is the best for us.
Right.
I remember being told by churchgoers that I was going to hell. And I was like, well, I'll meet you there. But, and again, that's back in the younger days when I had absolutely no filter and anything that popped in my head came out any way it wanted to. But in today's world, it's like when people say things, I try and educate them. Not that it's my position or my responsibility necessarily to educate them, but I do educate them because it helps me and it helps everyone that comes after me.
Right.
And so some people think till today that being homosexual is a disease of the brain. It's not a disease of the brain. For some people, it's a preference. For other people, it's the way you were born. You can't change who you are at the core. That's going to present itself one way or another. You can change the stuff that is outside of the core being. And for those people that prefer to be part of this community for one reason or another, whether they fell in love with somebody and didn't really look for it or, something of that sort, it's one of those things where you deserve to be happy. Regardless of how you ended up in that happy situation, you deserve that.
Right.
So why not? Why do people get the opportunity to point the finger and bring you down just because they don't agree? Doctors don't always agree with, the holistic medicine gurus, but they coexist.
That's a good example.
So why can't we?
And I am just very supportive because I've seen the intensity of the bullying that the people of the LGBTQIA
plus.
Jesus. What a mouthful.
There's a lot of us.
Yes. But I'm supportive because I've seen that it's not a harmful situation. As long as it's not harmful, what's the harm in it?
And so that's the oppositional problem, is that some people believe that it's harmful to their lifestyle because we are the way we are. Because we do not align with the original core belief of Christianity where it's one man, one woman.
Right.
But those people in some regards are not very educated because if you go far enough back, there's always been stories of homosexuality in the Greek writings, in the Bible, in the biblical sense. There's been reference. Was it on the forefront? No, but why should we live in the shadows?
Sure enough.
Why should we hide who we are, our brilliance, our loveliness, because of something that was written or was commonplace so long ago?
I say don't.
I say don't. Power to our people.
Right? I say live your truth. Live in your truth.
And that's what we try and do. And I wish more people had the mindset of allowing people to live in their truth.
Right.
The world will be a better place. But until we get to that point, we're going to continue to fight. And I don't mean physically.
No.
We're going to continue to fight for our rights. Show up, be present, and defend ourselves in the least oppositional way possible, yet very verbal and strong.
Right. Now see, I've learned, or I've heard, that when a person opposes someone's sexuality so strongly, it's oftentimes they question their own.
Yes.
And if that's the case for you, please be mindful of that and learn from it, because your antagonistic behavior could be warranted for you to actually self-regulate, actually look inside yourself and learn who you are, because they're not harming you.
Right.
Their lifestyle isn't harming you. They aren't doing anything to you physically. Now, I've had some gay people do harmful things to me, so I can understand my fear. So, if that's your case, again, it's something within you, not them. So you have got to heal yourself and let people be who they are.
Right. And not everyone is the same. Not every woman is the same for every, is not the staple for a group of women. Same thing for us. Not one lesbian is not the staple for all lesbians.
Right.
Or one, trans man or trans woman is not the staple for all. That's just a misconception.
Right.
But that's, again, how our society is built, where we have the face and then we have the group, and we kind of lead with that understanding, but everybody is very unique. So it's either you get along with that person or you don't. It's not about what they believe, who they sleep with, necessarily what color they are or whatever. These are all just ways we try and divide us. But personality is everything.
Yeah.
So with that, stay tuned for this little clip.
Yes, baby.
Oh, you're there. Do you have a moment to talk?
Sure. Come on. What's going on?
So there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about. Okay, I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna spit it out, okay? I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay.
Gay meaning what, baby? You mean...
Meaning I'm really happy for women.
Baby, do you mean that you actually like women?
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't so hard.
It was.
Honey, I know mommy doesn't agree all the time, but I'm accepting. And you're my baby. And I love you. No
Thank
matter
you.
who you love. You hear me?
Thank you.
Come. And you should never be afraid to come to your mama. Because I'm going to love you unconditionally. There's nothing you can tell me to change that. Okay? Well, I'm hoping that you like that little clip. As most parents, being whether you're the sole caregiver of your child or the absent parent, whichever parent this child comes out to, try and be accepting. Because if your acceptance is not there, then who do they have? The whole world is out there beating them down. The whole world is trying to regulate and say, no, you're not normal. Well, at home, that's the safe haven.
Yes.
At home, I say welcome your child. Open your arms, your mind, and be available. Because you're all they have.
Sometimes, yes. And for my people, my community, we are emotional and we have every right to be, but that does not give us the opportunity to take it out on our loved ones. I know it's hard because we hear them. Before we come out, we hear the negative comments. We know that they are not fully on board. We know that they have strong preservations towards our lifestyle or our preferred way of being. But that does not mean that they don't or won't accept you. Give them the opportunity without giving them the drama. I know we're good at the drama because we want to be heard, we want to be seen, we want to be accepted. But that's not the way to go, especially not with our loved ones.
So this next clip will show a little bit of a contradiction or conflict with it, or shall I say the way that you handle it.
Hey, Ma.
Yes, babe.
Oh, you're here. Great. I have something to say to you, and I'm just going to spit it out. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. I'm just going to tell you what it is, all right? I like women, and that's just how it's going to be, okay? So if you have something to say, we don't have to talk. We don't have to be in each other's presence. I'm just letting you know where I stand.
Okay, but you know where I stand. And I'm hoping that you can be a little more respectful. Okay? Your sexuality is your sexuality, baby. You can do who you want to do. But when it comes to mommy, be more respectful. You could have presented that in a much better tone, babe. I'm okay. I may not like it. I may not be happy with the way you're choosing, but that's your life. It's your life. Okay? Trust me, I'm right here.
So you're fine. You're okay with it?
I'm gonna have to be, aren't I? I'm gonna have to be, babe. You're mine. I love you. Whatever you do with your body is your choice. Okay? I don't have any control over that. But I love you.
Mom.
Oh, babe. I'm so glad you told me.
So we leave you with the message to be you and to love one another. Peace, love, and happiness.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share us.